corner. There we go. Okay, we are live. That's actually last week's episode, which is available on YouTube now. Please check out our YouTube, which is none other than Blockchain Sensei, and you'll be able to catch last week's episode of the game where we did a deep dive into Kyber Network and the Flow blockchain. And today's episode, we've got to do our little disclaimer before we do absolutely anything, and that is that I am not a financial advisor. My business partner, Ninja, aka Fadlan Fendi, is not a financial advisor either. We do not have any fancy certificates or papers that say that we have studied on how to give somebody correct financial advice. Legally, though, to give someone financial advice, you actually have to have one of these special pieces of paper that say that you know what you're talking about. So if you don't have one of these pieces of paper, then apparently you don't know what you're talking about, and legally you shouldn't be giving anybody any kind of financial advice. So I'm not giving anybody any kind of financial advice. Everything I'm doing is for education and hopefully entertainment purposes. I hope you're all entertained. Are you not entertained? So please assume all statistics and price targets are hypothetical. And if you decide to use any information that you see or hear in regards to your own investment decisions, please remember to do your own research, which you should be doing anyway, because that's what this whole thing is about. It's teaching you the game of how to do research so that you know how to win in the game. And ultimately, remember that all investment does actually come with risk. And if you're unable to mitigate your risk, please seek professional advice from an accredited financial advisor. If you'd like to talk to somebody with one of these certificates, we're actually working with several financial advisors. Just get at us and we can direct you to them. Once you've spoken to them and their certificate, then you can talk to us and we can talk about numbers and prices and stuff. But until you've spoken to somebody with the right papers, you can't talk to us about how much money you're going to be putting in and la-di-da-di-da. Cool. So that's that annoying disclaimer out of the way. Let's get into the meat and the veg of today's episode. So today's episode, I think I'm going to address the elephant in the room. And that is the fact that, yes, me, Michael Harding, king of fundamentals, king of research, and the biggest anti-meme coin guy in the world, has actually decided that maybe Shiba Inu isn't that bad after all. Now, if you know anything about me, I am so anti meme coins, because I think they're a massive whale play on distracting people from the actual goodness of the market, and they're going to be used as a tool to explain why the market should be regulated and that ordinary people like us can't get involved. Now, obviously, they do make gains like what we're seeing here from Rose Finance of stupid amounts in a day. But let's not just look at the biggest gainers. Let's also look at the biggest losers, like Wolf Safe poor people. Yes, the poor people that, yes, lost 100% of their investment. Yeah, let's just take note of that. 100%. So that's not even a pump and dump. That's just, you man got murked. But it probably had all the signs of a bit of a pump and dump. But we will check. Let's go on their website, if their website even exists anymore. Wolf's Safe People. So this is exactly why I don't like these meme coins. Yeah, I don't think their website's even working. Aye. Have they got a white paper?
You did.
Well, it's loading. It's not really doing anything. But oh, yep. Nope. Can't be reached. No, it's all come down. They absolutely, I think, have got off. Somebody try and load that up and see if it's actually even exists anymore if they just completely murked all of their investors. And again, they've got self-reported circulating supply. You can't even check it on this and any of the scans, which is a shame. Now, let's get into our friend Shiba Inu. Now, the reason why I realized I just can't ignore this thing is because every time I go on Coinbase or anytime I go anywhere, what is being advertised? Shiba Inu. Now, it currently has a $12 billion market cap. Now, I'm a strong believer, as you know, from the investors. I love reading my earnings reports. I'm going to go into one today of Tesla's because they tell you the future. They tell you exactly what's going on. And Coinbase is basically the big money, the big whales play toy when it comes to crypto and getting into crypto. So clearly, there's some big money investors using Shiba Inu for something, but I couldn't figure out what. And then I found out some very important on-chain metrics. Now, I'm going to start with this. Currently, there is 3.8 billion 24-hour trading volume of Shiba Inu. That's more than Bitcoin and Ethereum put together. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. If you took all of the trading volume of Bitcoin and all of the trading volume of Ethereum and smashed it together, and we're just going to start that again, just for the new person that joined us. If you took all of the trading volume of Ethereum and all of the trading volume of Bitcoin and smashed it together, it wouldn't add up to 3.8 billion, which is the trading volume of Shiba Inu. Now, that, for me, is a massive green flag. That means that something is going on there. That's not, you don't get to those kind of numbers just off retail. That's something behind the scenes is going on there. Now, that's green flag number one. Green flag number two is that Coinbase keeps shilling it hard, like real hard. So I think Coinbase are using Shiba Inu to drive up their volume metrics and volume data so that they can show it to investors and be like, oh yeah, well, we've actually had 1 billion of all of trading volume go through our platform. Because people aren't going to ask, yeah, but what token did you have all that volume on? They're just going to see the volume. So I think that might be the play. So let's get into a little bit more of the meat and the veg of Shiba Inu. Now, unfortunately, this thing is not going to hit $1, like everyone's saying, just because of the amount of the circulating supply. Now, I don't know if of the total supply that is actually available for Shiba Inu, but it's actually 1 quadrillion. So a quadrillion, as far as I'm aware, is 4 million trillion. As far as I'm aware. Don't quote me on that. But basically, you would need more money than currently exists if you sold all of the US stock market and you sold everything on the planet and put it all into liquid form and then invested it into Shiba Inu. Then you might just be getting close to a $1 price target for Shiba Inu. So unfortunately, this $1 isn't going to be happening anytime soon. Now, why the price will go up, though, is because they're actually burning the supply at a rapid rate. So as we know, if you burn the supply, then there's less supply. Therefore, it makes it more valuable. So who knows? They might increase the speed of the burn. Now, if they announce all of a sudden that they're doing a 1 trillion burn, that will send this thing batshit crazy. Like, people will lose their minds over that because there's no other token that can say that or that has done that, because no other token has that amount of, that's this highly ranked, has that amount of supply. So I think that's something, a trump card that they've got, that they can just pull out at any point and go, yeah, well, we're burning 1 trillion tokens. And that will just send things crazy. Now, other green flag is, I don't know if you've heard of a guy called Vitalik Buterin. Has anyone heard of Vitalik Buterin? Type in the chat if you know who Vitalik Buterin is. I'll give a bit of time for that. So Vitalik Buterin, he's a very interesting gentleman, and
You didn't give any time.
Huh? No, I've not said who he is yet. I'm just going to carry on talking about what he's done.
Okay.
He burnt some of his supply of Shiba Inu. Now we just got to think to ourselves, why does Vitalik have Shiba Inu? Why? How? Who and how got his wallet address and sent him Shiba Inu? So again, the pieces of the puzzle start getting very, very interesting. There is clearly some very big players indirectly or directly involved in Shiba Inu, either through Coinbase or through Vitalik himself. It's somebody big's play toy. Now, the CEO is a gentleman called, what's his name? What is his name CEO of Ryoshi, that's it. So let's go and look at Mr. Ryoshi. I've got a few people. Whereas Doge, the founders, the original creators of Doge, all abandoned it. Whereas this guy's still there. No ways this is actual Instagram. I don't think that's his actual Instagram. I doubt that's his actual Instagram. Ryoshi Shiba Inu founder. Let's see if we can get him on. Oh, wait. This gets even more ridiculous. Okay, this gets even more ridiculous. So Shiba Inu was created in August 2020, modeled off Dogecoin, which is modeled off Litecoin, which is modeled off Bitcoin, by the anonymous founder known as Ryoshi. And on May 13th, Vitalik Buterin didn't donate 4 billion, he donated 50 trillion SHIB. Yeah. I think Vitalik's got something to do with this. Personally, that's my my reading on this situation. So in the chat, we've got who is Vitalik. Yeah, holy, that is mad. More use case than Doge. So in terms of use case, that's what I look for. Is has the concept, the coin, the token got any real world use? Can it be used for anything? Has it got any actual working applications? Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because when we go to Shiba Swap, this thing is way more advanced than Doge, because Doge you can only buy or sell, as far as I'm aware. Yes, thanks to Coinbase, you can now buy things like Two Brooks, who we're not sponsored by, but I work with, and I'm going to work on a sponsor for that for when we do our physical event. Also, type yes in chat if we did a physical crypto. So we've got our first event on Friday, which is where we're going to be talking about the top 10 altcoins. The link for that is in our Instagram bio. Tickets for that are just £10. That's our first event that we're trying out. So if that event goes well and we get a fair amount of people, then we're going to be putting on events, physical in-person events, where we're going to do deep live trades with people. So anyone that comes to not this event, we're going to show people how to swing trade on some of the top 10 tokens that are coming out, in our opinions, during this alt run. But then in future events, we want to do like live trading sessions with people, where we're going to be with people for about 4 hours, and we're going to trade live with them, get them into some trades, get them out of some trades, and literally do like a 4-hour weekend money making session, maybe 2 hours on one day, 2 hours on another day. So we're thinking about that. If that's something you'd be interested in, type yes in the chat, type yes in the comments. And ultimately, we kind of need more subscribers on YouTube before we do that. So please do that on YouTube. Anyway, back to Shiba. This thing has NFTs. and they have 10,000 of them already, and they're selling. Not only that, but they also have a liquidity pool, and they also have staking. That is use case. That's where the volume, like, there you go. So it's actually, whether I like it or not, because I don't like this, I still don't like this, but I cannot deny the facts. Like, I can't deny it. And if Coinbase have got it and are shilling it, what is stopping Robinhood, which is the biggest American investing platform for young people? What's stopping them from doing it? Nothing. Now, if Robinhood do actually go ahead and announce that they're going to be listing Shiba, again, this thing is going to fly ridiculously. So, yeah, it's just about perceived and received value. And I think the actual received value is, yeah, this thing has DeFi staking. This thing actually allows you to look at its on-chain metrics. This thing actually has NFTs. And Coinbase is shilling it. It's the 11th largest at the moment. And the community is crazy, absolutely crazy for this thing. So, yeah, that's my take on that. Anybody got anything to say on SHIB before I move on? Cool. And then also, if we actually look at what other platforms it's on, which I think is worth noting as well. Things on Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, and Huobi. And I think it might even be on eToro. Crypto.com is on there as well. Look how many exchanges it's on. They have not messed around. Done 100 different exchanges. That's where the volume's coming from. Like, I just, yeah, there's just something going on with this, but I can't quite figure out who's behind it and why, what it's been used for, but it's been used for something. So yeah, that's that one. Yeah, this changed everything I ever thought about SHIB. I did not know SHIB had DeFi. Like, what the hell? What do you mean you can do staking? Look at these APYs. They're actually insane. Like, I've got to do more digging, but yeah, I just can't believe this. And then look at this. You can check the on-chain analytics. It worked earlier. Come on, load. The amount of liquidity in Bone to ETH, in SHIB to ETH, 24-hour trading volume. So we can see SHIB to ETH, 24 hours, 159 million trading volume. It's all there. How much is made in fees? It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty mad. It's pretty mad, this thing. So yeah, that's my take on that one. So let's get into a bit of chart action. And then from there, we'll go into the Tesla earnings report. Can everybody see my screen? Yep, cool, perfect. Okay, cool. So this is a little bit more advanced on the talking of the crypto here. So what I'm going to show you here is something called the Elliott Wave. Now, let's just break down what Elliott Wave is first, so that might help. And to do that, and if you want to look back at what Elliott Wave is, there's like I said, every single one of the posts that we do on the Blockchain Sensei Instagram has multiple layers of meaning. There is no post that we do on there that is just a post for the sake of
I'm sorry.
So let's show you an example. Like this post here, the most recent one about the red hot Houston firefighters. So this post, if you actually understand what this post is telling you, let's go back to it. So why is this important? Because of something Cathie Wood predicted 2 years ago. So let's have a look at what it was that she said. And we've left the links, the reports there. If you want this report from Cathie Woods, we'll give it to you. Now, she was saying that with a 1% allocation of institutions and pension funds and sovereign wealth funds and insurance companies pouring into Bitcoin, just 1% allocation would mean that Bitcoin could get to 100K. If that went up to 2.55%, Bitcoin could go up to over 300,000. If that went up to a 6.55%, that would mean Bitcoin could go to 500K. Now, what's just started happening? Pension funds have started allowing, and not just pension funds, but the firefighters pension fund. Now, one of the biggest pension funds in the world is the New York Fire Department Pension Fund and the NYPD and New York Police Department Pension Fund. These are like multi-billion-dollar pension funds that all of the whales fight over to be able to take their pension money and invest it on the stock market, because they're always going to get bailed out. Like, the government are never going to let whatever companies the pension funds are invested in, those companies don't go anywhere. Why? Because you have got a big problem if you tell the American New York Police Department that their pensions have disappeared. So it's never going to happen. It's always going to get bailed out. So that's a little insider Wall Street thing. But yeah, so at 1%, this is of a company's corporate cash. This is what we're looking at. And at 10%, we're looking at Bitcoin getting to 500K. So that's an example of how our posts are multi-layered. This one as well was about the fact that property is now being bought with cryptocurrencies, which we've kind of been telling you NFTs for property are about to become a thing. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but you don't know who we know. We be writing white papers for people, and yeah. So, and again, just kind of telling you what's going to happen. But the post we're looking for, oh, again, another multi-layered post, because this is telling you different solar stocks that you can buy, and then telling you about the ETFs that you can buy them in. But the post we're looking for is oh yeah, there it is. Not the post I'm looking for, but something to pay note to. Okay, so this is Elliott Wave. Now, for a real understanding on this, you're probably gonna have to book in a lesson with me or Ninja. I think I've taught this to Ninja, but I'm not too sure. So Elliott Wave, what is it? It's a theory that is pretty hard to deny, to be honest with you, once you start seeing it. So it's basically human psychology, that things go up in waves. So human excitement can be actually mapped out like this. So, and then it kind of comes down. So we have your first wave of excitement, then it dips a little, third wave of excitement, fourth, fifth. And this is actually basically what success looks like as well. It's not a straight line. You go up, then you have a little pullback, then you go up, and then you have a little pullback, then you go up, and then your career crashes and burns and crashes and burns. And then maybe you have a chance of reviving it and then starting the process off all over again. Now, inside that Elliott wave is another Elliott wave. So again, you can see inside this wave one, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 1, 2, 3 down inside this. So this 5 moves up makes this major leg up. So think of it maybe on different time frames. That might help. So let's say, for example, this is the daily, this is the weekly, this is the monthly. So what would look like this would actually be just one wave up, one leg up on the monthly. And then when it comes down, would actually be on the weekly, the 3 moves down, would actually be just one leg down in the monthly. Hopefully that's making a bit of sense to you. So basically the waves are within the waves, within the waves, within the waves. Now, the reason I say that, let me go to TradingView, is because we have some, I just did a bit of analysis and some very interesting things are lining up. So from the cup and handle that we've had, which we saw forming, and it's doing exactly what we thought it would do, it's created the most perfect cup and handle. So now, hopefully you can see this. We have wave. Let's change this from weekly to daily. Might want to see it a little bit better. Okay, cool. So we had our ABC there, the correction. I've already done that in there. But now we've got this. Wave 1 came up to here, which was a fib level right here. And then it's come down. Yeah, just there. And now it's come back up. Now wave 2 can't ever go below wave 1. Wave 3 always goes higher than wave 1. But wave 4 will never be below wave 1. So this is wave 1 here. And wave 4 will never be below it. So it would probably make sense that the market is going to carry on going from here up to around here, then pull back, and then go up. Now, what normally happens, let's layer Bitcoin over the top of this. What normally happens in the altcoin runs is when Bitcoin reaches its all-time high and then pulls back, that is when the altcoins go on a big run. So let's find an example. So yeah, you can kind of see here around September, Bitcoin hit a high, came down, but what happened? Yes, the altcoins came down, but they carried on going up for a bit, then came down. So again, this is what we're expecting to happen here. Probably be able to see it a little bit better over here. Let's find an example. Yeah, so we can see it here. Bitcoin came up. Obviously, it came down with the alts, but then the alts will always go up one last time after Bitcoin's hit its all-time high. That's basically the point that I'm trying to get at, is that once Bitcoin gets to like 76,000 and then pulls back, that is the final pullback that we'll get on the alts before they blast off one final time. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at the alts to get up to at least 1.78 and then pull back to this level here, which we can see is a nice resistance line. What is a resistance line? It's a level, an area where the price comes up to and struggles to get past. So this green line here, I hope you can see it, is a really clear resistance level for the altcoin market. It's just really struggled to get past there ever. Look, 1 touch here, 2 touches here, 3 touches here, and now it's just teasing it. So what's going to happen now is we're going to get our breakout. And when you have a breakout, the previous resistance now becomes the support. So what is the support? The support is a base level where the price doesn't seem to go below. Where have we seen that before? Oh yeah, here, when we had the massive dip off in May, when everyone was like, oh no, crypto's over. No, it wasn't over. There was just a head and shoulders forming, as we can see there. So now, this is the move that a lot of analysts I'm talking to are seeing is about to happen. We're going to go up to here to about 1.7 trillion, pull back, come down, and then go up to 2 trillion. However, this might actually go to here. Meaning that the high would actually be around here, around 4.2 trillion. So yeah, let's see what happens there. So anything could happen. But yeah, just thought I would show that little bit of TA to you guys there, what we're expecting. Also on the Instagram stories, I posted last week that I'd got into Curve Finance. Where is it? I'm here. No. If you've done the maths, this is actually my crypto portfolio. If you want to screenshot that, because I'm nice. Curve. That. Definitely got that one. Definitely got that on Revolut. All right. I definitely do. But anyway, what I was trying to show you is that it's up 21%. How do I know that? From reading an earnings report. That's how I found out about Curve. So let's go and have a look at an earnings report. So again, how do you find an earnings report? Super, super simple. One of the easiest things in the world. I want you to write down this sentence. Investors relations. I want you to write that down. And then all you do is you type in the name of the company. And in this case, we're going to Tesla. Now, I've been reading these reports from Tesla for the last 4 years, I think. And oh my God, what you learn from this. And you've kind of seen it when we did it with Coinbase about like what you can learn about a company before it becomes mainstream news and before anyone even understands what's actually even going on with the company. And reading these reports just gives you a lot more confidence in the company if the price is going down. So because of this, I've been fully confident in Tesla when the price dips. I've been fully confident and knowing that Tesla is not a car company. It's just like Rolls-Royce. And I say this every time we talk about it. Rolls-Royce is not a car company. The majority of its money comes from selling weaponry and machinery and jet engines, just like Tesla. The majority of its money currently comes from cars, but they've always said the majority of their money is going to come from robotics and AI. Tesla is going to be the world's leading AI company, the world's leading robotics company. Why? Because every single car that they have on the road right now captures AI data for them. It's all one big machine. Every single Tesla car that you see isn't a car. It's a data capture machine that they're feeding to their Tesla AI system, which learns how to self-drive. Hopefully you'll get it. Think of it like every Tesla car being like a drone or an ant that's just going out, feeling the roads, feeling where the bumps are, feeling where the curves, the turns are, feeling where the roads get a little bit slippery. All that information is fed back into the Tesla AI system, and it's just mapping out and learning every road in the world inside out. They have 10 times more AI data than any company in the automotive space. And guess what they're doing? Selling that data. Why? Because data is the new oil. Now, on top of that, what else are they selling? Battery packs. Now, this is the bit that we're going to look at here. So, what do you want to look at in a earnings report? Now, the ultimate thing we're looking for in an earnings report, 3 things. Has the revenue gone up? Number 1. More revenue means that the company can make more profits. that is attractive to big whales and big investors. Number two, has the net profit gone up? That is the actual profit that the company has made. Now you're looking at, has it gone up on the quarter, and then has it gone up year on year? What does year on year mean? Year on year means in comparison to this time last year, how much? So that's what we're looking for. Now, the next thing that we're looking for is something that the whales love, and that is called the EPS, which is the earnings per share. Has that gone up? So let's have a look of this. We're going to do a quick breakdown of this, of Tesla. So the third quarter of 2021 was a record quarter in many aspects. We achieved our best ever net income. Oh, look at that for an opening sentence. Operating profit and gross profit. Additionally, we reached an operating margin of 14.6, exceeding our medium-term guidance of operating margin in the low teens. Now, why is this important? The reason we saw a massive spike in Tesla's profitability is because they reduced they increased their margins by what they did with the batteries. So they changed it so that the batteries are now a part of the model of the car instead of having to create batteries that were separate. So they saved themselves a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy. So now it's quicker and easier for them to make batteries. So let's keep going. EV demand continues to grow through a structural shift. We believe more vehicles we have on the road, the more Tesla owners are able to spread the word and the benefits of EV. While Fremont factory produced more cars in the last 12 months than any other year, we believe there's room for continued improvement. And additionally, we continue to ramp Gigafactory Shanghai and build new capacity in Texas and Berlin. Again, what people aren't realizing is they're only producing out of 1.25% of their 4 factories. They have 4 factories, and they're currently doing these kind of numbers, not using half of their factories. More than half, 75% of the factory capacity that they have, they're not using. So that's like turning up to a fight with somebody, and it's an MMA fight, and you sit there cross-legged with one arm behind your back and still knock out your competitor. That's basically what they're doing. What they're about to say in this earnings report is they're about to get the second hand out and start knocking people out. So a variety of challenges, including semiconductor shortages, congestion in ports, and rolling blackouts, have been impacting our ability to keep factories running at full speed. We believe our supply chain, engineering, and production teams have been dealing with these global challenges with ingenuity, agility, flexibility that is unparalleled in the automotive industry. We would like to thank everyone who helps advance our missions. Operations. Record vehicle production and deliveries in Q3. Started rollout of full self-drive City Streets beta to wider population in October. Now, again about Tesla. What's one of their other income streams that they're about to tap into? The insurance industry, which is basically just getting free money for no reason. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever checked, but Tesla have like won multiple awards for being like the safest car in the world. And then also the cars are self-driving, and they're only issuing the self-driving and the insurance to drivers that have a 99.9 driving score. So the driving score is basically the car monitors how good you are at driving. So the only people they're giving insurance to are people that have got 99.9. So when are they ever going to pay out? Hardly ever. So yeah, genius move. So right, let's have a look at this. So total revenues, where are we? We can see
it's so cheap for the drivers to have that insurance.
Yeah, who would you rather get your insurance through? A company that doesn't know how you drive, or a company that drives the car for you and they do the insurance?
If you're driving reckless, then
yeah, but that's why they
don't want them to know how you're driving.
Yeah, if you're a reckless driver, you don't want Tesla insurance because they won't give it you anyway. All right, cool. So total revenues, we can see before, and again, all of this is in millions. So this is actually 8 billion. So 8 billion in revenue, 10 billion in revenue, 10 billion in revenue, up to 13 billion in revenue in this last quarter. So we can see there was a massive jump. Now, in comparison to where they were this time last year, that's actually up 57%. In terms of profit, again, up 77%. But the most important thing is we're going to look at here, the net income. So the actual profit. They are up 389% on profitability since this time last year. Please, someone show me an earnings report, because I read a lot of these where there is a company that year on year, their profitability is up 389%. There isn't one. If you can find one, I'll be happy to read it. But the only people that I know that are doing these kind of numbers are Coinbase and Tesla. That is it. Now, again, I told you the earnings per share is what attracts the investors. And that's up 433%. In 2020, this time last year, the earnings per share was 0.27. They were earning 27p of every share that was invested into Tesla. Now they're earning $1.44. So, yeah, you know. Okay, so total revenue grew 57% year on year in quarter three. This was primarily achieved through the growth in vehicle deliveries, as well as the growth in other parts of the business. At the same time, vehicle ASP declined by 6% year on year. The Model S and Model X mix reduced year on year in quarter three due to product updates, as lower ASP vehicles became a larger percentage of our mix. Profitability, our operating income improved to 2 billion in quarter three compared to the same period last year, resulting in a 14.6% operating margin. This profit level was reached while incurring SBC expense attributed to the 2018 CEO award of 190 million. Nice little bonus for Elon there. Primarily driven a new operational milestone becoming profit probable. What's the next bit that we want to look at? Okay, here, the production breakdown. So we can see the production breakdown, the Model S and the Model X is actually down 47%, because we can see that they've stopped using one of the factories. So at one point, they weren't producing any of the Model S or any of the Model X. They were only producing the Model 3 and the Model Y. And now, only this year, have they gone back to producing the Model S and the Model X. So not only were they fighting with one hand to hide behind their back, they actually only had two fingers, because they could have used four, which is the 4 cars they can produce, but they decided to only use 2. And they were still more profitable than most car companies in the world. Still more profitable than most tech companies, than most companies in the world, period. Let's not even mention them holding Bitcoin. Okay, anyway, so this is what we're looking at. Are the numbers going up and to the right? Yes, we can see that they had a dip, but overall, did their car production go down even when they had 0? No, it carried on going up. And then what happened? Then the same thing with the deliveries. The deliveries went up, and the deliveries are up 66%. Global inventory, days of supply, so they're actually down on the amount of days of supply, which is good because that's demand. Now, again, every quarter I read this, and every quarter I'm going to read it and shout to the high heavens until people realize this Tesla master plan. They are planning on becoming the world's largest energy company. That's what they're trying to do. World's largest energy, AI, and robotics company, not car company. So solar deployed is now up to 83 solar deployment stations, and solar storage deployed up to 1,295. So that's up 71% year on year. Store and service locations up 35%. And supercharger stations, oh, surprise, up 49%. So let's look into this vehicle capacity thing that I was talking to you about. Okay, so here we can see the Model S and the Model X all coming from California. All their whole car production is coming from California. And in Shanghai, their biggest market for Teslas, they're not even producing the Model X. So they're having to ship the Model X and the Model S all the way from California to Shanghai and to Europe. So if you ever see anyone driving a Model X or a Model S, know that it came all the way from California. So what then happens when these two models and the other model are now also being produced in Shanghai and in Berlin and in Texas? And then when they start producing the Cybertruck and the Tesla Roadster and the Tesla Semi. Now, what is the Tesla Semi and why is this important? It's a self-driving truck. Like lorry. What has happened recently? Why companies might be really interested in a self-driving truck? That's electric. I'm gonna let someone type that one in chat. What happened recently that everyone was kicking off about? There was a massive shortage, a massive crisis of two things that puts Tesla in a really good position. Lorry drivers. Yeah, it's got that bad in the UK. They've gone to getting convicts and ex-criminals to drive the lorries. Or you could just have Teslas driving them themselves. And then the drivers don't need to sleep. They don't need to eat. They don't need to go for toilet breaks. That would make logistics and shipping miles faster. So we just seen today, thanks to, I can't remember who posted it in the group, but Hertz have just ordered some Teslas for their taxis. Why? Because then it means eventually once the self-driving's on, they can get rid of the taxi drivers and make all the taxis self-driving. That's not also good for taxis. That's also good for delivery, like couriers, like Deliveroo, like Uber Eats. All these people you see whizzing around on bikes aren't going to be whizzing around on bikes much longer.
So how are they going to drop the parcels at the door? Because
the Tesla will just arrive, it will open the door, boom, you get your stuff out. Or you'll scan with a barcode to get your stuff out, to prove that you're the right person, probably on a blockchain, probably with AI. But yeah, so autopoiler and full self-driving. In Q3, we hosted AI Day, our recruiting event to attract the best AI talent after presenting our end-to-end vision of full autonomy, fleet data collection, labeling, simulation, neural net training, vehicle processing, as well as our next generation of neural net training chips and humanoid robot project. Who would have guessed that Tesla's got a humanoid robot coming out? Oh yeah, anyone that was reading the earnings reports before when they said they were going to do it. And in October, we started to expand our full self-drive city streets beta to more drivers based on demo. Oh yeah, who's going to take the stuff out of the cars? The heavy lifting out of the cars. Oh yeah, the robots. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that because human delivery drivers have to go to sleep and eat and take breaks. Robots don't. Anyway, so yeah, this is the interesting bit now. So the 4,680 in-house cell project continued to progress. We are producing an increasing number of battery packs for testing purposes. And so far, the test results meet our current expectations. Front and rear body castings, both needed for our structural battery pack architecture, are being produced in Gigafactory, Texas. Now, this bit here, if you understand what this means, oh dear God. Energy storage deployments increased by 71% year on year in Q3, mainly driven by strong mega pack deployments. We recently announced our new mega pack factory with a capacity of 40 gigawatt hours, which compares to a total mega pack deployments of 3 gigawatt hours in the last 12 months. This is what they've been able to produce in the past year. This is what the new factory will be able to produce. Yeah, do the maths. This is the last year. Considering all the profits that they've made and everything we just spoke about, and this is what the new factory can do. Yeah. So solar deployments were 83 milliwatts in quarter three, increasing 46% year, with cash loan purchases accounting for nearly all solar deployments. Solar roof deployments more than doubled year on year, continue to grow sequentially in quarter three. So does this give you a bit of a clue that maybe they're trying to become an energy company? Because if the energy company haven't realized that Tesla are coming for them, they're coming for them. So yeah, that's how to read an earnings report. Hopefully you found that valuable. Let's go to Q&A. So I know we lost some people there because it got a bit boring. Because I did a bit of a deep dive on that boring stuff. But right, let's go through. I think we've got enough time to ask everybody a question and look at the charts for anything anybody wants me to look at. So we will start with Jalpan Avati. You've been unmuted. Oh, you've not got a mic. Oh. See a coin event. I'll get around to those. So Jalpan, if you want to type in the chat any question that you've got, and I'll answer that for you, or any feedback on today's session, or anything you want me to look at. Then we will go to Zoom user. I think that might be Jay. Is that Jay? Jay, I think it's you. You've been unmuted.
Nah, it's Paul, bro.
Oh, what's up, Paul? What are you saying, homie?
Yeah, man. No questions. Just thanks for today. Found it really insightful. So yeah.
What would you say you took away from today, and what was the value you took away from?
Just open my eyes really on how to like deep dive in on like earnings reports and how the future looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I was really trying to take over everything, literally. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is what I always say. I always say earnings reports kind of show you more than the news. Like they show you the news before the news. Like, because once you start understanding who's invested and who's behind these companies, like the big boys, like BlackRock and like Vanguard, anything in that earnings report that Tesla's saying they're going to do is going to happen because it makes their investors more money. So why are they going to block that? If anything, they'll probably make things happen to encourage the things that they want to make them more money, like maybe a shortage of drivers, maybe. But anyway, that's enough conspiracy theories from me. Let's go to great. Thank you for the feedback. Let's go, Mr. Ollie Gilbert. Man like Ollie, saying broski.
Hello, man. What's good?
What's good, homie? What's good?
Briefly over the weekend, by the way.
Yeah, man. It was good to see you, man. Good to see you. I had to get back to do that work. I hope you got your work done, bro.
Yeah, mate. Getting hustling right now.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I already know about Elliott Wave.
Yeah. But it's a good little refresher as well. So I've been looking through, doing my own TA, my basic TA, based on the stuff you've taught me and things in the group and stuff as well, and obviously on these calls. So yeah, man, it's always good to see. But do you know, I always see you using the Haikaneshi. I just wondered why you use them over normal candlesticks.
So
purple preference or
yeah. It's just because the Haikaneshis are what I've seen a lot of people using. I don't see any other people using any of the other type of candles. So I'm just kind of like, if this is what the world is using, it's kind of like, like how I always say, don't look at the prices in GBP. Look at it in US dollars. Yeah, because the majority of the world's using Haikaneshi, so it just makes sense to kind of see what they're seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's why. Like, always try and, if you notice that there's a pattern of any tool or system that the world seems to be using, any YouTube videos you see, like you'll see that they all use TradingView. So I'm like, right, I need to stop using what I'm using and start using TradingView. I see that loads of people, especially top analysts, love using Fibonacci. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to use Fibonacci then, aren't I? And then loads of crypto people that are deep crypto people are obsessed with Elliott Wave. So I'm like,
yeah, well, you know, Elliott Wave makes a lot of sense in crypto, particularly. I mean, in all the markets, but particularly crypto, you know.
Yeah, definitely, especially with
and
the wave
all the time as well. Like you literally it's just there. Like
yeah.
if you don't have to look for it, it's there like all the time. So, yeah.
Definitely. So I'm hoping, like I said, that we do get this bigger wave, like the up to the 4.2 trillion. Like,
yeah, that'd be nice.
Like that would be whoa, but that would mean that there's gonna be a lot of people getting very rich. But I think it would work because it would mean a lot of people would still just be holding Bitcoin, thinking that that's the greatest thing ever. When it's unfortunately it's not anymore. Like that boat's gone. Like it's great to hold, but
it's nice hold and sort of storage of wealth now. It is actually becoming what it's supposed to, it's becoming that storage of wealth now, you know, in the crypto space particularly, and outside it as well, you know. And it's that sort of catalyst to get big investors, you know, big money in as well. So yeah, man, it's all looking up. Let's hope.
Definitely. Anything you're looking at the moment, because you're always looking at something interesting?
You know, I'm keeping my eyes pinned on Veracity. It's still making moves. And I'm taking a lot more of a sort of interest in the ones that I had a chat just before it got lit with Fad about what he's doing, what he's planning to do, and you know, I was taking more of an interest in those sorts of coins like Kyber and Flow and that. So yeah, taking a bit more of an interest in that, and you know, focusing my portfolio, because you know, I got into a bit of a habit before of just like, oh, there's a nice coin, like do a tiny bit of research into it and just go with it, you know. So I need to really just consolidate my portfolio now.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with like, because I'm kind of the same. Just to make you feel a little bit better, like I'm like think that I've stopped buying coins. And then I'll read something in the paper and I'll be like the curve finance thing. What paper it was that I read it in, but I read it in a paper and I was like, oh, well, if this is in this paper from this bank, then clearly they're going to invest in curve finance. So then I thought, you know, let me get some curve finance. It's gone up 24%. So it's like, it is hard to stop investing once you start.
The thing is you know, it's keeping your tabs on your portfolio. That's the main thing, you know. Like, I've I log everything in Coin Market Cap, and I watch it, but I've got too much that I can actually focus on, you know. So I definitely just need to focus and work on that, you know.
I'd say you wouldn't want more than 25. If you've got
I mean,
25, then it's going to get real tricky.
Yeah, I've got a bit more than that.
You have to just ask yourself. Here's the test that I always do to myself. Is I ask myself, if I was to accidentally lose this, would I be upset? If the answer is yes, then keep it. Then you gotta ask yourself, do I honestly believe this will be here in 5 years' time? If the answer is yes, if you get a double yes, keep it. If you get a no.
Yeah, sure.
Probably not the right one.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in again, bro.
No, thanks as always, man.
No worries. We'll unmute Jan. Jan, you've been unmuted. Don't think we've seen you here before. It's your turn to speak, buddy. Any feedback? Any questions? Mr. Jan? Oh, your mic is broken. Okay. Any questions that you've got, just pop them in the chat. Also, Zoom user that came in second. So we had Paul. If the person that isn't Paul, that is the Zoom user, if you want to unmute your mic whilst Jan is typing out their question. I can't remember who was who. Sorry about that. Next, we go to the one and only, the superstar. That is AJ. What up, AJ? You've been unmuted.
Hey everyone. Hey.
How you doing, homie?
I'm all right. A bit tired today. It was, again, I just want to say thanks for another amazing session. It was really interesting to hear more about Tesla and how that's overtaking the world.
Mm-hmm. Slowly but surely.
I have to be honest, I have been looking into it a little bit, obviously, as probably most people would, but I didn't go into so much detail as you guys do. So that was super interesting to me. To listen to. And yeah, other than that, I don't have really anything to ask at the moment. I'm a bit exhausted, to be honest. So my brain's a little bit.
No worries. As long as you've taken, the main reason we're always going to keep doing these earnings reports breakdowns is because that is the biggest secret in investing, is they create these reports because they know nobody reads them.
Exactly.
So they can put all the information in the world in them, and they know nobody's going to read them. Like, if you left copies of the Tesla earnings report on the tube, people wouldn't read it because they'd be like, oh, this is boring. But you don't have to read all the numbers. You can just look at the bit where it says year on year, or just look at the little breakdowns of little bits and take away what you can. Like, you don't have to read the whole. Just you even skim reading it gives you like a 90% advantage over most investors.
I agree. That's true. But yeah, that's a good point. I don't think many people would actually read that if that was left on the tube. Be right. Maybe we should do an experiment. Maybe we should just print it out and leave it on the tube and see what happens.
I think I might try that.
Get some CCTV cameras.
Just see what happens. See if people actually.
Social experiment.
Yeah, people are like, oh, how do you know this? How do you predict these things? And it's like, because I read this thing and it blatantly said that this was going to happen. Like, we everyone that's just done this session with us now is not going to be surprised when a Tesla self-driving truck comes out in the UK. We're just not going to be surprised by it. We're not going to be surprised if the government goes, yeah, you know what? We're going to make self-driving cars legal here because we can't get the drivers. It's just a no-brainer. So yeah, thank you once again for attending.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
No worries. So Jan's asked the question. I saw that in the Insta post that Litecoin will be doing well going forward. Can you explain a little bit more? Yes, I can. So the Litecoin thing is more Ninja's thing. He's the guy that put me onto Litecoin. I'm not gonna lie. Litecoin is Ninja's baby. Now the reason it's his baby is because, let me see if I can show you what he showed me. Let me bring this into weekly, share my screen. Now, if I can do this properly the same way that he did it, it's very, very interesting. So this is the Litecoin price chart. And as we can see, look at those spikes. It can clearly get to 420, like clearly. However, do I think the boat's gone with Litecoin? You're probably better off getting it at 40, or when the dip was there at 101 before. But I think there's still 200%. Maybe it might even smash this all-time high and go a little bit further. But let me just show you what happens when we layer Bitcoin over the top of it. So we can see its moves are literally basically identical to Bitcoin. Hopefully you can see that. So whatever Bitcoin's doing, it's doing. But at this moment in time, can we see that it's a little bit delayed on copying what Bitcoin's doing? So, and if we look at the RSI, it's all the way down here. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of extra TA for you because you're new. And let's have a look at what happens if we get the Fibonacci out. Let's get the fib out. And we'll go from here to here. Okay. So I would say we're looking at Litecoin to hit around 696 in this alt run. So that gives us another 258%. Now, is that realistic? Let's find out. Let's go to coin market cap. And oh my God, has it slipped down that much? Wow, I remember when Litecoin was third. Wow, it's nowhere to be seen anymore. It's 17th. Okay, definitely. Litecoin is at 9 billion market cap. Like, that's crazy. It's like nowhere near Binance or nowhere near anyone. So yeah, for it to get to, what did we say, 300%, it would need to get to 30 or 40 billion. Is that realistic? If XRP is at 37, Solana's at 45, Cardano's at 51, Binance at 58, Ethereum's at 359, I think it's realistic. So that's that one. Then while I'm doing the TA, Aisha, you asked about VeChain. So my take on VeChain. Again, I've left all the clues in the Instagram. So what does VeChain do? VeChain is the blockchain that is highly focused on logistics, right? Now, who are VeChain working with? Walmart. Say no more. Who are VeChain also working with? Something very interesting happened the other day. That the leading logistics blockchain decided to collaborate and create NFTs for one of the largest companies in the world that needs logistics. Now,
NFTs is not just artwork.
And NFTs isn't just artwork, by the way. It's just another word for a contract. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, you can kind of see something's about to go off with this bad boy. My prices on this, I've already set them. So VeChain to 0.44 and a high of 1.2 I've gone for on this. So still a little bit of welly left in this one. I'm going to say it's got on the low 200%. On a good day, 500 to 700% left in it. So that's VeChain. You also asked about, what else did you ask about? Let me go to the chat. What was the other one you asked about? It was VeChain and someone else. Oh, Sia. Sia just doesn't seem to move. It's really annoying. So Sia, you can see it's done its pullback now. It's moving up. Let's look at this in the daily. Okay, so the moving averages are all below it, which is good. Then if we whack in the RSI, and if we whack in the stochastics, let's get rid of one of these. Okay, now personally, this RSI can get all the way up to 79. It's now at 47. Stochastics is turning up. If we look at it just over here, look. So that again suggests to me that VeChain, that Sia is about to pump hard. And if we look at the highs that it's got up to before, from where it is now to the high, is a 225% move. And just fundamentally, I think it's one of the best cryptos out there. Not financial advice, but storing information on the blockchain just makes sense. it just makes sense. Google Drive on the blockchain just makes sense. So 10x potentially there on Seacoin. And actually, you just reminded me I need to invest a little bit more on that one. So that's that one.
What do you think that's in this bull run?
Yeah. If we go into this 4.2 trillion, yeah. Definitely. It's
not unrealistic, but
no, it's not. Yeah, VeChain's been consistent performance for time. Yes, got in at 0.06 a few months back. Yes, love that. Next person to unmute. Who's the next person to unmute? Aisha, Yan. Oh, McMuffin and Deco. So we'll go to McMuffin. Actually, McMuffin, I'm going to save you till last. I like saving you till last because you always ask very interesting questions. Deco, let's go.
Yo, what's good, man?
What's good, homie? You've been unmuted. What are you saying, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm good, bro. Another good session. Thanks, man. I learned a lot from that, innit?
Good. What would you say you learned? What was your biggest takeaway?
Like I said before, I've learned a lot about SHIB. Like, I just totally palmed it off when people talked to me about it before. I was like, nah, it's just another Doge and it's not that good. But after what I've heard, I was like, nah, this is mad.
Yeah.
Like, might actually be worthwhile now, innit? Like,
that's exactly the way I was. I was like, nah, it's a meme coin. And you know what? It taught me a lesson that until you can't judge a book or a crypto by its cover. Yeah. You gotta actually dig deeper, no matter what it is, and kind of go, is this thing actually being used? And then when I found out that it's been used technically more than Ethereum and Bitcoin combined, that's a bit mad.
Yeah.
And then when I realized that Vitalik's got some, it's like
mental.
Why would he have some? I hope someone can find out how Vitalik got Shiba Inu in the first place.
Yeah, man.
Why is it in his wallet? It doesn't make any sense.
That's it.
So yeah, something's definitely up with it. And if it gets popped on Robinhood, I think now that I've seen that, I think Shiba is more likely to survive the next crypto crash than Doge.
No, that's it.
Obviously, there's going to be another great crypto crash where the whole market's going to drop 68.
Yeah, of course,
whatever. But it's going to be a case of whatever makes it through that is going to get to the market cap Bitcoin's at now, or around that. They're all going to be so my big ones for me are Binance. I'm touting Binance to end up costing. So I kind of see it as a mirror. So, or a race. So whatever prices in the first run Bitcoin gets to is the prices that Ethereum will get to. Whatever Ethereum gets to in the last run is what Binance will get to. So I think Binance by the end of this run is going to get to Ethereum got to $3,000 at the end of the last run, right? I think it was. Let's just check it. So ETH got to ETH got to highs of $4,000. So I'm thinking, what is stopping Binance from doing that? Because I remember when ETH was £400. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was telling everyone, yo, get your ETH. So yeah, massive potential. Hi there, Wale. Just joined us just as we're just wrapping up, but we're just answering questions and doing a bit of a Q&A there. But yeah, is there anything you're looking at yourself at the moment, Deco?
Looking at Luna a little bit, and I've got a bit invested into it, but looking more into that.
Yeah, that for me is probably one of the best digital, best things on the planet, not even crypto-wise. Have you
in general, isn't it?
Yeah, have you seen the thing on YouTube that we posted out, the interview about how Terra Luna is taking on Korea?
Nah, I don't think I've seen that,
Okay, everybody that's watching this right now, Go and watch that. Just literally type in on YouTube, Terra Luna. I'll show you the video now. If you are serious about crypto and you're serious about like this thing, I don't think Terra Luna's even started, to be honest with you. Again, this crypto cannot not fail. Like, the reason that this can't fail in comparison to other cryptos is because they've got people using it and they don't even know that they're using it. So basically, like, all the like, I think it's something like 80,000 merchants in Korea, like just corner shops and whatever, are using Terra Luna and they don't even realize. It's crazy what they've done. It's actually mad. So like, it's, yeah, when you listen to this thing, it's Terra. This, it's 13 minutes, right? And this was 2 years ago. If this is applied now, it is terrifying, the numbers that they're probably doing. So you want to watch that one, and then you also want to listen to, if you've got the time, if you really want to.
It's not showing on the screen, bro.
Oh, is it not showing on the screen? Hang on a minute.
I know.
I genuinely think Terra is a long hold. This is one of those things that if you hold it, this is going to be here in 5-10 years time, guaranteed. It's got too much real world application going on. Like, it's not got a couple of thousand of crypto traders using it. It's got hundreds of thousands of shops using it. It's got millions of users using it. It's mind-blowing what they've done. And I think these guys are the benchmark for what other cryptos still have to do in Europe. There is no Terra equivalent in Europe, in America, in India, in Africa. There is nobody in the world that's managed to get blockchain technology to where they've got it. These guys are just light years ahead. So highly recommend that one if you can see it on the screen. Oh,
yeah,
got that. I'll share it in the chat.
And next up, we have Tara. So today presenting will be Dope.
Put it in the chat. Yeah, and again, once you start understanding the stuff like that, it's very hard that even when the price goes down, to be like, oh no, because you're like, yeah, but I know. Like, I know what's actually going on with this thing behind the scenes. So there's that one. Then this one's a little bit more juicy, but
minutes, if you've never done
again,
it before,
as an investor, will probably be one of the best uses of 2 hours of your time in your life. Like, again, just listening to this for even just the first half an hour or hour, you'll realize the future and the benchmark for where cryptos should be at, and like how good they can actually be. And then you start going, oh wait, we haven't even started yet. If this is where the Koreans are at, like, what have we been doing? Like, hell. And again, ARK Invest, shout out to them, shout out to Cafe Wood. They were telling us about this in June. And if we look at what happens to the price, as soon as that came out, we covered it here on Blockchain Sensei as well in June. You see it was flat, boom. Cheeky little 8x there. So yeah, it pays. Again, this fundamental stuff really pays off. So yeah, that's that one. Great questions. Cool.
Nice one, appreciate it, bro.
No worries, broski. Let's go to Wale Adeji. What's up, homie? You've been unmuted. Any questions? Any feedback? I know you came in a little bit late, but no worries.
Apologies, mate. Just trying to sort this whole thing out. Yeah, no questions at the moment. Just kind of want to see where you guys are at this point. I know I came in pretty late.
No worries. Yeah, we just kind of went over looking at Shiba Inu and the fact that in terms of volume, it's got more trading volume than it's got a total of 3.8 billion in trading volume in 24 hours, which is more than Ethereum and Bitcoin combined. That it's got a DEX, it's got a liquidity yield, it's got staking, and it's got NFTs. So just kind of showing that it actually has got a use case in comparison to Doge. And then we went through the earnings report for Tesla, looking at how they've scaled up their solar battery. And how they've started manufacturing the Model X and Y in other factories apart from the LA one. They're rolling out full self-driving and insurance, and they've now got a new mega pack battery, which means they are just coming for everybody.
literally steamrolling ahead.
Yeah, just people just don't even have a clue like how ahead they are of, like, it's terrifying like how miles ahead they are. They're like, people try and compare them to Toyota and it's like, but no
It's so true.
You just can't they're just not even in the same conversation. It's crazy. But yeah, is there anything that you're looking at the moment, or any cryptos, any stocks?
Nothing too crazy. I just, to be honest, where my crowd are, I'm with a group of financial investors, and we're just keeping our eyes open, not jumping forward into everything. We've done the hype and jumped into everything for the hype, and we've kind of learned lessons. So now it's about really just sitting down and actually learning rather than trying to invest into something at the moment. And so I try and get myself involved in calls like this or read a lot more books and stuff. So at the moment, no, nothing, just trying to learn.
Yeah, man, that's the way, man. That's literally the ethos of our calls, and what we're all about is by doing the fundamental reading and doing the reading that no one else wants to do, like the earnings reports, like the banking reports that come out that are available from World Economic Forum down to Standard and Chartered to you name it. Every bank is releasing an earnings report or a report on crypto. You just got to start piecing the puzzles together.
Exactly.
And you start going, all right, cool. They're all talking about this. It's gonna pop. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, man, thanks for joining us, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. And then last but not least, Mr. Aaron McMuffin. What are you saying, broski? Testing.
Hello.
What are you saying, homie?
Yeah, what's up?
What's good?
I'm all right. I've got a bit of a cold though, so excuse my voice.
It's fine. We'll let you off.
I want to know the Coinbase's stocks at the moment, because it's going up a lot recently.
Why do you think
I was just wondering, would there be like a pullback at all as it left the station?
See, Coinbase is such a weird one to say has it left the station, because I don't think
because it's got so much potential.
Like it's hard to say, like, when is Coinbase not a good investment? Just because as you've seen, because we've gone through the earnings reports, and their earnings report, I cannot wait for the next one, especially over the course of this bull run. And then the one after, the fact that they're about to launch NFTs, I personally think their reports and their numbers they've got the best earnings report on the planet right now, and that's without NFTs. And it's just scary to think the revenues and profit margins and earnings per share these guys could actually be doing once this NFT thing and wallet starts kicking off, because their marketing team is unbelievable. Like, I think it was, did they get 1 million subscribers for their wallet in like a day?
Yeah, something like that.
It's crazy. Like, they've already got more wallets open for their NFTs than the highest platform for NFTs, which is OpenSea, and they don't even have any NFTs yet. So it's just like, it's like, yeah, like the numbers that they're gonna do, adding that to it is just, yeah. But yeah, let me just quickly pull it up on the chart for you, and let's have a look. See,
Yeah, because on the RSI and I can't even say the words.
yeah, stochastics. Yeah,
yeah, that's it. It's just, it's really like, it's quite over.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely hear what you mean there. Like that, hopefully, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. So this is clearly the support line, most definitely. That massive spike up. Yeah, but to be fair, if we go back to IPO date, it can still go up to 431. So from here to 431, overall, my price prediction for this is that it's going to go to 1,000, and then they're going to do a stock split and bring it back down to 250 to make it lucrative again.
Yeah.
So I genuinely think, hands-on, like, especially because of some of the whales that I've been talking to, like, I think Coinbase is the best stock investment, in my opinion, of the next 10 years. Like, they control the whole crypto game. Like, whether you try and deny it or not, whether you try and think that it's Binance, whether you try and think it's actually decentralized, it's not. It's run by these guys. And when we've read the reports, the evidence is there. Like, whatever these guys decide is going to happen in the space or in the market happens.
Yeah, because I'm just waiting for it to come down, but it keeps going back up. I don't
think this is coming back down.
No, it's bound to have a retracement.
Yeah, it'll have a little pullback, but
yeah,
support at the last resistance, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's run a fib on it.
Where your yellow line is.
Yeah. Dom's right there. Like this level here, the 281 is probably where the support is going to be, where it will pull back to. If we run a quick fib on it here, from this impulse to, let's go, is that one higher? No, it's about the same. Down to there. So again, that's looking at 436 for the 1.618, which is literally just a little bit more than the IPO.
So yeah.
From around there, we're expecting, let's have a look at what the pullback would be.
Surely before it goes there, it's going to do a little backwards bit.
Maybe. So the pullback would be down to 401, or your 702 would be 336. Okay, let's do the full fib extension and pull back. So let's go from here. Yeah. Your 702 and your 776.4 is slap bang here again
In that area.
In this area here. So I think 281 is your golden buy price, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you can get it there, like if you ever see Coinbase go there, I'm personally going to be loading the boat. Like I'm buying more Coinbase even at this price because I'm not planning on selling my Coinbase. I'm planning on holding this for when I've got grandkids.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
It's one of them ones. It's one of them ones where I want to be able to say, yeah, I got Coinbase the first year it came out when nobody really, when I had Coinbase when they first started doing NFTs, I did. That's what I want to be able to say. So yeah, that's my take on that one. So yeah,
Cheers, man.
Great question though. Coolios. Thank you everybody for tuning in. So just a quick reminder, obviously, please subscribe to our YouTube. On Friday, we will be doing our top 10 altcoins, fundamental and technical breakdown. We're going to be touching on the swing trade signal service for any paid clients that we have that want to go over that again. We're going to be going over how the signal service is going to work from next month, because next month we finished the beta testing now. We're ready to roll that out from probably the start of November. So anybody that attends the call on Friday will get to see how the signal service will work. We're going to be looking at the entries and the exit points for all of the top 10 altcoins that we are going to be, that we're either holding now ourselves or going to be getting into. Tickets for that are just £10. They're available in the Blockchain Sensei bio. And then, yeah, peace, blessings, thank you, and love for attending. Please take a screenshot of or a picture of us in this session. In fact, let's do it of this so that everyone's got a historic moment that they can share of the Coinbase chart, showing that on this day, this was the price of Coinbase. Be very interesting to look back on in 5 years' time, that there was 11 people in the room looking at Coinbase being at 316. So yeah, if everyone, hang on a minute, let me hide my portfolio because I don't want everyone to know that. Oh, actually, it's on YouTube. There's no point in hiding my portfolio. It's on YouTube, isn't it? Yeah, there's no point. Yeah, might as well leave that there for the history as well. So yeah, if everyone just takes a screenshot or a picture of this, puts it on their Instagram and tags us, be much appreciated. Tag us in at Blockchain Sensei. Anybody that's looking for one-on-ones, anyone that's on trading, anyone that's looking for deeper fundamental research on stocks or crypto, drop us a message. We can book you in for a session. Once again, thank you very much, guys. Love, appreciation. Namaste. Bless. Appreciate you all, guys. Bye.